We opted to take a private transfer from Sao Luis directly to Atins because we had so much kite gear. We were promised the driver would bring straps, but we brought our own just in case. As per our luck recently, the truck broke down in Barreirinhas. Anyway, you take a small ferry to the other side of the river from Barreirinhas, and then after a bit of four-wheeling down a thick sand road, you are in the Lençóis Maranhenses National Park, which you cross before arriving in Atins. If you were thinking of making this trip in a rental vehicle, you should know that a 4x4 with aired-down tires is not a suggestion. It is definitely a requirement for crossing the park and when arriving and driving around Atins. All of Atins is thick sand. There's no paved roads. You can walk, take a taxi, or book a tour in order to get around. The beach is the easiest place to walk. There's always a refreshing breeze and you don't have to jump out of the way of trucks or quads. A good thing about Atins is that most restaurants don't open until after 5, so a good portion of the walking will be done at night when it's cooler. Atins has some pretty good restaurants. You can find acai, pizza, burgers, ceviche, poke, steaks, barbecue, fish, shrimp, amazing pastas, and delicious desserts. The food here isn't super cheap. It's about $15 to $20 per meal. Drinks are about $10 to $15 and beers are $3. A service fee is automatically added to your bill for 10% for the tip, and most places do accept Visa. There is a wine store in town, small grocery stores, a small pharmacy, and a great fruit stand where we found the sweetest mangoes and the biggest watermelon I have ever seen. We were told that accommodations near the beach don't need AC and that there's no mosquitoes. When there's wind, that's true, but on light or no wind days, you're going to want AC and there will be mosquitoes. I recommend getting a place with a closed roof, AC, and one that includes breakfast because there are very few places that serve breakfast in the morning. If you're in Atins primarily to kite, I would recommend staying as close to the main kite beach as possible. Carrying the gear to the beach every day in the thick hot sand gets to being a bit much real fast. It's also possible to store your kite gear at the schools. At the KO Kite school, it's $5 a day. There isn't a lot to do in Atins for light or no wind days. On moonless nights, you can go see the bioluminescence in the ocean. There's usually live music at the Charm Beach Bar during the day, or there's a dunes trek where you hike through the desert for 3 days and swim in the small lagoons. Atins is also an amazing place to photograph nature, especially with a drone. We ended up doing a lot of work here in Atins. The Wi-Fi was usually good enough for video calls and we never had any outages. The wind was forecasted to be 15 to 25 miles per hour every single day, but we were not that lucky. We got to ride 9s a couple of times, but we were mostly underpowered on 11s. It was usually windier in the mornings and then lighter in the evenings. From the main kite beach, you can go out to the ocean and get some nice kickers. You can find little flat water formations, or you can ride in the choppy water right in front of the beach where the kite schools do all of their lessons. You can pretty much choose your own adventure. Just make sure to watch out for the shallow sandbars. They come out of nowhere. We booked an all-day tour with the KO Kite School for $55 a person. The lagoon and surroundings are unbelievable. The fresh water is a dream to kite in, and the wind was gusty, but it wasn't horrible. On the way back, our driver stopped on top of a sand dune to let us see the sunset into the sand, and it was all absolutely worth it.